What's going on, guys? Will here from Bakerview Landscaping. Just out for a walk. Came out for an early morning ride after doing some of my garbage can property maintenance at some of my sites. And thought I'd talk about a quick topic here: commercial work versus residential work. What I do versus what others do probably won't be the same. Some of you guys' opinions may be different on this, and that is completely okay. I am just here to voice mine. So, moving forward, for my own business, I have decided to stick primarily with commercial work. I have a couple small residential contracts throughout the mowing season that I go and mow their yard. That's about it though. Maybe the odd hedge trimming and bark mulch install, but nothing too major. As opposed to my commercial work, which is year-round. Even if I'm not mowing, even if I'm not trimming, doing all the regular lawn maintenance and landscape maintenance, I also do property maintenance, such as garbage receptacles, changing out the bags, litter pickup, stuff like that. General just property maintenance, graffiti removal, etc., etc. Now, I decided to do this because simply, why not? It's just more money in your pocket. And there's no point on a company, if you're working, like with myself, I'm working with a property management company. There's no point on them calling out some other guy to come and do the work that you have the tools for and you can charge them for. It's just a lot more convenient for both parties. Now, the reason I didn't choose residential work for my own business, where I'm at here in Surrey, British Columbia, it's very congested right now. We're going through a big inflation. The city is growing tremendously. We have a lot more stratas being put up around, a lot more townhouses, a lot more apartments, which means a lot more families. However, I don't think the city thought this through because our city wasn't exactly designed for all this traffic. So we're dealing with a lot more traffic, a lot less parking, etc., etc. So I didn't see it convenient to be having to hassle and deal with trying to find parking when I'm out working. Sitting in traffic for long periods of time from next site to next site. Now, it's not always that way, and I get that, especially if you can make it where you have not even an entire block, but let's say 4 or 5 customers on the same block. You're doing all their lawns. Okay, then that is perfect and great. But in the startup, it's not exactly like that. So, in my situation, I ended up doing a cedar trimming job at a doctor's office. And after I had finished it, he was so impressed with my work. I come to find out that he has a bunch of commercial properties throughout Surrey here. And he lets me start maintaining one of them. From there, I got in touch with a property management company. They handed me more sites. And from there, they handed me more work through another different property management company. So, good work sells itself. That's not tooting my own horn. That's just, my own opinion. If they're happy with you, they're obviously going to give you more work, and they're going to know that, dealing with you isn't a headache, and that's great. So, commercial work isn't exactly all, smiles and rainbows either. Don't take that. You do have to wait to get paid sometimes. In my instance so far, I've been pretty lucky in the sense of my property management company. They paid me out within 15 days, no matter what, of getting my invoices, so that's been pretty good. Now, it's not always the situation. I've heard some horror stories, especially here on YouTube, of some guys that have had to wait months and even take people to court, small claims court, to get paid, and etc., etc. Sorry. Luckily, like I said, I haven't had to deal with that yet. I've only been in business a year, though, so we'll see where it goes. Not to say that I'm not open to residential work, but I also feel that if I'm going to do residential work, I want it to be relatively decent-sized lawns. Out here in Surrey especially, we're dealing with a lot of shoebox homes, as called by Lawn Care Business Success. Shout out to Julio. These shoebox homes, what he means is these lawns are tiny, like tiny. Me being 5'11", you take about 8-10 steps across the whole front yard, and the backyard is about the same thing and maybe about 5 steps wide, 6 at most. So you can see how going from house to house like that, if you're not set up where you have a block of customers, getting that mower out, putting it back in, along with your line trimmer, it does become a bit of a pain if, again, you don't have a couple of customers on the same block and you're traveling just for that quick 20, maybe 25-minute mow. Now, the benefits to it is there is a minimum charge on that. No matter what, you are paying the minimum half-hour charge, even if I'm only there for 15 minutes, which that part is great. Again, I didn't see the point in it, because the other part of it too, for me especially, was residential. I'm going to have a list of, let's say, 40, 50 customers, and then I'm going to have to be tracking 40, 50 customers in order to get my payment, as opposed to my property management company. Although I have a bunch of different customers through them, I still only deal with them in order to get paid. I don't have to chase anybody down. And let's say and something does happen and I do got to take them to court, I know who I'm chasing. So that's my opinion on it. There's more to it as well. I use my 36 ride-on mower a lot more in my commercial lots than I do in my residential lots. Obviously, I like standing on a machine more than I like pushing a machine. Again, that's just me. So let me know what you guys have done, why you guys have decided what to do. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Bakerview Landscaping. Thanks, guys.